We, the people of the United States,
in order to form a more perfect union,
establish justice,
ensure domestic tranquility,
provide for the common defense,
promote the general welfare,
and secure the blessings of liberty,
to ourselves and our posterity,
do ordain and establish
this Constitution for the United States of America. Without the Constitution, my good man, we wouldn't really have America, would we? You see, it represents all that we are as a nation. It represents freedom, the most important word that has to do with America and the founding of this country. Freedom from tyranny, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. Freedom, you see. Without the Constitution, we would have no freedom. And without freedom, we would have no United States.
Well, I spent 5 years in Africa, in Cameroon and Kenya, as a U.S. Peace Corps volunteer, and had Africans constantly come up to me and say, they'd like to come to America. And I said, why do you want to come to America? And they said, well, it's a land of freedom and opportunity, and that would be they really envied what we had, and they wished they had it.
The spirit of patriotism and love of country is so much deeper if you really understand the founding documents and where we got this freedom.
Liberty Day is a union of citizens dedicated to bringing together community members of all levels, elected officials like attorney generals and congressmen, college students, attorneys, what have you, and people of all ideologies, Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, you name it, bringing them together to educate our youth about the contents of the U.S. Constitution to ensure that we instill with them a sense of pride as what it means to be an American and a true foundational understanding of the freedoms, rights, and liberties that we take for granted today.
These books are tremendous. I keep at least 24 of them in my desk at the Capitol at all times to give to students who are visiting, and they really get excited about it.
A lot of response I get from teachers is that the kids just love getting their own personal copy of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. And the materials that we give them are a step-by-step lesson plan, a multiple choice quiz, everything that they need to teach the Constitution in a very short period of time, so they don't have to take a lot of time. It doesn't have to take, it's not a semester curriculum, it's like a couple of hours. You could teach everything in a couple of hours.
The prime role of our public education system, which was founded by our forefathers, is to explain to our generations after generation after generation the rights and responsibilities of citizenship, the foundation of our nation, and the engagement that is necessary for all of us to be part of the democratic process.
I served on the Cherry Creek Board of Education, and the school kids in Cherry Creek use this book. The teachers support Liberty Day.
One of our programs is we take youngsters to the state capitol, and as a senator I bring the youngsters on the Senate floor. They're able to sit and watch debate and see how adults interact in terms of crafting legislation, and I call senators over and the youngsters ask them questions.
we questioned them, and there were easy, hard, and medium questions, and we gave them prizes, you know, every time they got them right, and it was cool.
In my district, I love going to the Liberty Day events when the kids come up to the adults and say, ask them important questions about what's in this book. You'd be surprised at how few adults know where our freedom comes.
Some of them knew them, you know, pretty much, usually the easy ones and stuff, but a lot of them didn't know, and they learned more.
I think the most important thing to realize is that it needs to be Americans first, not Democrats, not Republicans. It needs to be Americans first.
There's a reason why we've been endorsed by Republicans and Democrats alike, and that's because we truly believe in the mission of American patriotism.
Liberty gives us the freedom to convene, to gather, to publish, to speak. It has to come first. So it's not for Democrats, it's not for Republicans, it's for everyone that in their heart believes in liberty and that liberty keeps us free.
Nobody before had come up with the concept that the common man could govern himself. And this experiment has lasted for over 200 years because of the engagement and the abilities of all of us to be involved in making that Constitution practical in our everyday lives.
But the reality is that if we don't start instilling these ideas about the importance of the Constitution and the facts contained in the Constitution, then we're not going to be able to preserve the Republic. We're not going to be able to keep the liberties and freedoms that we cherish so much and take for granted today. It's absolutely important that whether it's 5th grade, high school, college age, no matter what, that we instill these principles within them today.
A woman once asked Ben Franklin, "What have you given us?" And Ben replied, "A republic, if you can keep it."
It's up to the adults of Andy and myself and other foundations and leaders to see that the future generation of America knows about our freedoms, knows about our hard-fought wars, knows how liberty came to America. And it's so important that we support Liberty Day.
So can you imagine 100,000 kids going out on July 4th across America, giving out Constitution books and talking to people about what it means to be an American and what's in the Constitution? Just vision that, what that would look like. It would be fantastic.
If Liberty Day can convince one young man or one young woman to make a change in their life, to preserve the American way, and to preserve our freedoms and our understanding of the Constitution, well, then we've done our job, haven't we?